Our buried lead. This is a story that we think is not getting enough attention. We covered this case when it began in March, and now after a week of horrifying testimony, we're coming back to it. A warning to viewers, the details can be a little gruesome. It was a scene the Philadelphia District Attorney called a house of horrors. Blood-stained blankets, expired drugs, dirty surgical equipment, a horrible stench clinging to the air. We're talking about the abortion clinic where Dr. Kermit Gosnell allegedly killed babies who had survived illegal late-term abortions, and also where a woman allegedly died of a botched painkiller injection. Joseph Slobodan from the Philadelphia Inquirer has been sitting in the courtroom every day of this excruciating trial. He joins me now. Joe, thanks for being here. I want to read some of the grand jury testimony. This is from District Attorney Seth Williams. Quote, "This case is about a doctor who killed babies and endangered women. What we mean is that he regularly and illegally delivered live viable babies in the third trimester of pregnancy and then murdered these newborns. Is he being successful so far in proving his case, you think?"
Well, the evidence is certainly compelling from what we've seen in court. There are any number of witnesses, most of them former employees of Dr. Gosnell's clinic, who say they saw late-term abortions being done. They saw fetuses, babies that were moving, breathing after the procedure, and that those babies were killed.
Through all of this, Gosnell is maintaining his innocence, saying he's helping the community. Give us an idea of who Dr. Gosnell is in the community before his arrest, before this trial.
Well, Kermit Gosnell comes from a very well-established family in West Philadelphia. His father owned a garage, a service station. His mother was involved in some social organizations. He went to the University of Pennsylvania, transferred to Dickinson College, where he got his bachelor's degree, went to Jefferson Medical School in Philadelphia and got his medical degree there, and then came home to West Philadelphia and began working in the community. He, until these charges, had what was considered a pretty good reputation in the community. He had started a halfway house for drug addicts back in, I think, the late 70s, early 80s. And then in 1979 opened his Women's Medical Society clinic at 38th and Lancaster. From everything we've heard, he served the community, general family practice. If you couldn't pay, you got your medical care for free. And then sometime during the 70s, he began doing abortions.
So, Joe, and that's, of course, where this tale takes an ugly turn, and the details, many of them too graphic to say right now on television. But I do want to play some sound from one of the patients. This is from a documentary on the case titled 3801 Lancaster, which is the address of his clinic.
When I got pregnant again, I went to the clinic and I asked them, I said, is it okay that I get, another abortion? Fine, fine. They even had this woman sit down with me, and she told me that women in Brazil have at least 21 abortions. After she had coached me into believing that that was the norm, I would say the next 14 years, within that time, I had 8 abortions. 8.
It's horrifying, and the details, of course, Joe, about some of those late-term abortions are shocking. You've covered ugly cases before, but I've heard that from other reporters covering this story that it really is shocking them to their very soul. I'm wondering, personally, how are you reacting to covering this?
It's pretty grim. It's pretty grim in the courtroom. What I try to do is my job. I try to focus on delivering to the Inquirer's readers some of the emotion, the human activity, the human emotion going on in the courtroom, as well as the facts and the information on a daily trial basis. But I have to tell you, I certainly don't hope I cover a trial like this again.
All right. Joe Slobodan from the Philadelphia Inquirer will have you on again soon.